Assalamu alaikum. I welcome you all to the YouTube channel of Anjuman I Islam's A.A.K English Secondary School. I am your English teacher, Ms.Tehseen Mistry, and today we are going to discuss a very unique, simple, but a very important poem in our English textbook from Standard 8. Now, students, as we know that in our life, there are many different values which are extremely important. And today, in our topic, we will be discussing one such value, which is the value of belief or believing. So, let us quickly get to the topic. Now, before we start the poem and its explanation, we will quickly go through a set of activities which are given in our English textbook. So under the warming up activity, we have these few questions which need to be attempted. Now if you open your textbook and you just go through the first part of this poem, the initial introductory part, which is given on page number 1, we will see that there are these activities. The very first question of the warming up activity is that you have to think, you have to choose, and you have to fill up the labels with what a sunrise symbolizes. So in your textbook, they have given you this diagrammatic representation of a sun, and they have given you many empty boxes which are associated with each of the sun rays. And right above that diagram, you have a list of words which are given to you. So basically, you have to select the correct word and associate one word with one ray. But you have to remember that each of the word should symbolize sunrise. It should be related to what a sunrise means to us. So here we have done this already. So we have these few words which are selected from that list, and the words are hope. So a sunrise could symbolize hope. A sunrise could symbolize birth, inspiration. It could symbolize new opportunities, new achievements, new aims. A sunrise could also stand for happiness, new surprises, good manners. A sunrise could be art. It could be a way of earning money. A sunrise could be associated with bright moments and a new beginning. So these are the words that we have selected from that list that has been already given in our textbook on the very first page. So when we do the same activity in our books, we will draw the sunrise, we will draw these rays, and with every ray we will associate one word from that given list. Moving to the second question, it talks about one word formation technique which we call an acrostic. Now here they have given you a very short, simple definition of what could be an acrostic. So an acrostic is basically a poem, or you can also call it a very short write-up, in which the first letter of each line will form a new word when it is written or when it is read vertically downward. So here they have given you on again page number 1. They have already solved this question. They have solved the acrostic for the word friend. So as you can see, the word friend has been written in vertically downward manner, and all the letters of the word friend have been highlighted in red on the screen. Now with this, with every letter of the word friend, we have to write a new word or a new phrase, But remember students, all the words or the phrases that we write in case of the acrostic, they should be related to the word that has been given to you, the word for which you are preparing the acrostic. So in this case, the word that we are preparing the acrostic for is friend. So you need to write words or phrases which are associated or which are closely related to a friend. So you write one word starting with F, another with R, then I, E, N, and respectively the letter D. So this has been solved for you. They want you to complete a few more acrostics. They have given you two more examples. That is, you have to prepare an acrostic of believe and an acrostic of the word faith. So again, this has been solved for you. The very first step is to write the given word in the vertically downward manner. So the word believe, here we have written the word believe in the vertically downward manner, as we can see here right on the screen. And with every letter of the word believe, we have written one new word or a new phrase which is associated with this value of believe. So here is the answer. Likewise, we have the acrostic of the word faith as well. Again, the same format. Write the word faith in the vertically downward manner, and with every letter of the word faith, you will write a new word or a new phrase which is closely associated to the word faith. So these are the two questions that have been given as a part of your initial warming up activity. Now let us very quickly move to our topic for today, which is the poem itself. The name of the poem is A Time to Believe. Now first we will have a very quick recitation of the poem, and then we will take one stanza at a time and we'll do the explanation. A Time to Believe, a poem written by B.J. Morbidzer. To believe is to know that every day is a new beginning, is to trust that miracles happen and dreams really do come true. To believe is to see angels dancing among the clouds, to know the wonder of a stardust sky and the wisdom of the man in the moon. To believe is to know the value of a nurturing heart, the innocence of a child's eyes, and the beauty of an aging hand, for it is through their teachings we learn to love. To believe is to find the strength and courage that lies within us when it is time to pick up the pieces and begin again. To believe is to know we are never alone, that life is a gift and this is our time to cherish it. To believe is to know that wonderful surprises are just waiting to happen and all our hopes and dreams are within reach if only we believe. So, as you have followed the recitation, you might have understood that this entire poem from start to finish in every stanza is talking about this very essential value of believing, having that belief which will ultimately help you to come out of any situation, be it the most difficult of times that you are facing. So now we'll start with the explanation and we'll take one stanza at a time. A time to believe. Now this is the very first stanza. To believe is to know that every day is a new beginning, is to trust that miracles happen and dreams really do come true. Now, very quickly, let us see. There is this one new word in this first stanza, line number 3. The word miracles, it means magic. So, please, students, underline the word in your textbook and write the meaning right at the top. Miracles means magic. Now, let us see the explanation. In the first stanza, the poet says that believing means to know that every day is a new beginning, it is a new start. So, very clearly and cleverly, of course, the poet from the very first line is telling us that believing, the word believing, would literally mean that we should know that every day is a new beginning, is a new start for all of us. It means that we should not waste time thinking about the happenings of the past, but we should start every day with a smile when the sun rises. So, again, he is simplifying the meaning of the word believe. Here the poet is telling us that we should remember the fact that we should never waste our time. Whenever a new day begins for us, we should not waste our time thinking about what happened with us in the past. It could be good or bad. Instead, we should always start every single day with a smile on our faces. The poet says that magic happens every day and also dreams come true only if we believe. So very rightly the poet is telling us that every day you will experience some magic happening with you. Something good which you haven't even thought of will happen with you every day, and definitely if you imbibe this value of believing, then definitely all your dreams will come true. But for that, we first need to learn to believe. Now let's move on to the stanza number 2. To believe is to see angels dancing among the clouds, to know the wonder of a stardust sky and the wisdom of the man in the moon. Now here again let us see, we have one new word here, which is the word stardust. Again in line number 3, stardust could be anything that has a magical quality. Anything that has a magical quality. So students, please underline this word and write its meaning. Okay. In this second stanza, the poet says that to believe is to be able to see angels dancing among the clouds. So here, with the example of angels, the poet is trying to convey a very different meaning. The poet, firstly, let us see that the poet in the second stanza is telling us that believing would literally mean that you are able to see angels dancing among the clouds. It means that every day you are able to perceive something good which is happening around you. There are many a times that we are so busy with our life that every single day there are many good things happening with us. There are many good people that we meet, but then because of our busy schedule or whatever you may say, we unknowingly neglect these positive or good things which are happening with us. But if you have this value of belief in you, then definitely you'll be able to see these small little good things around you and you'll learn something from them, and to know the true meaning and wonder of the huge sky above us. So, believing will also help us to understand the real meaning and the magic of this massive sky which is right above us, which is covering the whole earth. Believing, according to the poet, is also knowing that all these unique things have been created by God. So, according to the poet, believing is also knowing, accepting the fact, the reality that all these things that we see around us, the sky, the stars, the moon, all these things, they have been created by one and only one supreme entity, and he is always there to look after us, to guide us, and to help us. Now let us move on to the next stanza. To believe is to know the value of a nurturing heart, the innocence of a child's eyes, and the beauty of an aging hand, for it is through their teachings we learn to love. Now let us quickly see. We have a new word here in the very first line. The word is nurturing. Nurturing here means caring. Nurturing would mean caring. Then in line number 3, the word aging, aging means here, it means growing old or getting old. Getting old or growing old. Now, in the third stanza, the poet says that to believe is to understand the love of a nurturing heart. Now, in this third stanza, after talking about the Almighty, the poet is coming to all these things that we can see around us, to all these wonderful, wonderful people that we always have around us. So, here the poet says that believing is to understand the love of a caring heart. So you have many people in your life, you have your family, you have your friends, you have your colleagues. So all these people, they genuinely love you, they care for you. So this value of belief will help you to understand the love that they have for you, the care that they have for you. It also means to understand the innocence of small children and the beauty of old people around us. Believing also means to understand that small children, they are very innocent, but despite of being innocent, they teach us so many beautiful little things which are essential to life. They teach us to enjoy life. They teach us to let go. They teach us to uh, always be happy no matter how bad a situation. So that innocence will, you'll be able to understand that innocence only if you have this value of belief. Likewise, it will also help you to understand the beauty of the old people around us. Old people who are so experienced, who are so learned, they are knowledgeable. So you'll be able to understand things from their perspective. You'll be able to relate with them only if you have this value of belief. The poet states that it is through these three different important aspects that we learn the greatest lessons of life. So the poet stresses in this stanza that we can learn the greatest of all lessons of our life if we know the importance of these three different aspects of a human life. It could be childhood, it could be the middle age, and it could be the extremely old age. So all these three life stages of every human, they definitely teach you something or the other which will help you live your life peacefully and happily. But to understand the essence of these three stages, we need to learn the value of belief. Now let us go ahead with the next stanza. To believe is to find the strength and the courage that lies within us. when it is time to pick up the pieces and begin again. Now, here you have this phrase, pick up the pieces. It means to return to your normal self after a shock or a disaster. To pick up the pieces, this is one phrase. It means to return to normal self after a shock or a disaster. Now, here in the fourth stanza, the poet says that each one of us has the strength to face and fight all our problems. So that is how life is. Cannot always be smooth and happy and comfortable. You need to have some hiccups in your life which will add meaning to your life, through which you can learn a number of new things. So the poet says that each one of us, every human, we all have this strength, inbuilt strength, which is given by Almighty to every human being, and this strength will help all of us to face and to fight all our problems. The poet states that believing means to know that we all are courageous. So this value of believing will help you to realize that you are a courageous individual. You are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you are a strong individual. And this value of believing will also help you to know when and how to use this inner strength to fight our life's problems and then again return back to normal life. So this value of belief which we all have within us, it is given by Almighty to all human beings. This value of belief will help you to realize, or it will help you to know or understand when and how you are supposed to use this inner hidden strength of yours to fight all your life problems. And once you overcome those problems, how are you supposed to bounce back to your normal life? So this strength, this courage is hidden inside us, but we can realize it only if we first believe in our Almighty and we believe in ourselves. Then the next stanza, to believe is to know we are never alone, that life is a gift and this is our time to cherish it. So here in this second last stanza, we have the word cherish. The word cherish means to value or to know the importance of something. To know the importance of something or to value something. Okay, now in this second last stanza, the poet states that believing means realizing that we are never alone. We have our family, we have our friends, we have our well-wishers, and most importantly, we have God with us all the time. So in the second last stanza, the poet is telling us that this value of belief would very simply mean that you know and you realize that you in your entire life, right from the time you are born till the time you die, you are never alone. You always have these support systems to fall back on, and they are namely all the family members that you have, all your friends, all the people who really wish good for you, and most importantly, even if you don't have all these people, but definitely you have one super entity, which is God, who is always there with you. The poet also states that life is a precious gift given to us by Almighty Himself, and every day we should thank Him for this priceless gift and also take care of it with all our heart. The poet says that once you realize or once you start believing that God is always with you, God is always there to support you, guide you, help you, then that is the time that you'll realize that your life is actually a very, very, in fact, it is the most precious gift which God has given to you. And once you realize how precious your life is, you automatically will start thanking God for this priceless gift of life. And you'll also, through this entire process, you'll also start taking care of your life. You'll not take things in your life for granted. And that is exactly which we need to learn. Okay, now let's proceed to the last stanza. To believe is to know that wonderful surprises are just waiting to happen, and all our hopes and dreams are within reach if only we believe. So, here we have this phrase within reach. It means possible to achieve. This is a phrase within reach, and it means possible to achieve. Okay, now in the last and the final stanza, the poet says that every day holds a number of surprises for all of us. So every single day that we encounter in our life, there are many different surprises, many different, you can say, blessings, many new opportunities, many good things which keep happening with all of us. And this happens every single day. All these surprises, they are waiting to unveil only if we believe. So you'll be able to identify these surprises, you'll be able to relate to them, you'll be able to unveil these surprises. But for that, you first need to believe that yes, there is something good happening with me today. There is something good which will happen with me today. So once you believe, then only can you actually identify these small little surprises which are hidden around you, and you'll be able to unveil them, explore them. The poet says that all our dreams, all our goals, and our hopes are possible to achieve. Nothing is impossible. So, the poet is very, very cleverly telling us that all your dreams, no matter how big they are, all your goals that you have set for yourself, for your future, and whatever hopes you have for yourself, for the people you care, they all are possible to achieve, because ultimately nothing is impossible in life. In order to attain all of the above mentioned things, we must always remember and thank God for all the precious gifts that He has given us. So, if you want to achieve all your dreams, if you want to achieve your goals, uh, if you want to fulfill all your dreams, so in that case, you first need to believe that definitely God is on your side and God will support you, guide you through your journey. Secondly, you should always keep remembering and thanking God for these small little precious gifts that He has given you. The more you are thankful, the more God is pleased with us, and the more He will bestow His choicest of blessings on all of us. Okay, so these are the stanzas of our poem for today. Now, very quickly, let us see what is finally the main central idea of our poem. The poem A Time to Believe, which has been written by B.J. Morbitzer, it highlights the importance of believing in yourselves. So this poem, which has been written by B.J. Morbitzer, this poem highlights or it stresses on the importance of the value of belief and how important it is for all of us to believe in ourselves first. first you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe in your abilities, in your, you can say, strengths, and only then can you do something good for yourself. This quality of self-belief will help us to realize our dreams, appreciate the people around us, and value all the gifts given to us by the Almighty. So, this small little value or small little quality of believing or self belief, this will help us to realize our dreams. It will help you to understand what exactly is your dream in life and how you have to approach it, how you should reach there. Secondly, this value of self belief will help you to appreciate, to acknowledge the people who are around you, not only your family and friends, but every single person whom you meet in your entire life. And also, this value of belief will help you to value, to cherish, to protect the gifts which are given to you by the Almighty. It is through this unique quality that we can overcome all our problems successfully and enjoy our lives to the fullest. So it is only through this very, very special, very important, a very small, nice, sweet little quality of believing that we can overcome all our problems. We can fight our problems on our own, and we can overcome these problems successfully. And once we have done that, we'll be able to enjoy our lives to the fullest. So this is the basic idea of the poem. I hope we have understood the central theme. We have enjoyed reciting the poem and also understanding the meaning of every single stanza. And hopefully, slowly, steadily, we all will be able to learn this value of belief. We'll be able to imbibe this quality within us. So that is all for today, students. Thank you very much. Thank you, all of you, for joining, and take care. Have a nice day. Thank you.